Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Cody's Magnificent Mind Redstone House Tutorial Series. Look at me, I'm pretty cute. Got my headset on. Yeah, alright. Enough of that. Let's go. We're traveling to the depths of the Redstone house today. Past the funky farm. Even deeper. And we are going to be building this combination lock. So if you hit the buttons in the right order, the door opens, revealing our lovely room of diamond and emerald blocks and our chests full of even more diamond blocks because we're super rich like that. And too many items here. It had nothing to do with that, I promise. I collected all that on my own. Blech, blech. Then when we're done, we just come back out and hit a button, and the door will close again, and then it won't open until you put the right combination back. So let's take a look at this monstrosity that we are building today. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look at how huge this thing is. It just goes on forever. Bits of redstone everywhere. I was even too lazy to clear out this whole room. Just because it's so friggin' big. Alright, so this is based off the CNB's decoder that he used for his digital clock. He also suggested using it for a combination lock, so that's exactly what I did. And that is exactly what we're going to do today, so let me just warn you in advance, this is going to be a longer video. This is going to take a lot of time. But it'll be worth it, I promise. So let's just get on with it. Let's build this bastard. Alright, so here we are, floating above my flatland test world. And this is where we are going to build this thing, just because it's so friggin' big. But yeah, I would suggest if you're going to do this, build it in a mountain like I did in the redstone house, because that will just make your life easy. So what we're going to need to start off this tutorial, we're going to need a building block of your choice. Chiseled sand, no, I don't want to use chiseled sandstone. Let's use regular sandstone. You're going to need 9 buttons and 9 torches. So we're going to place a block like that, 2 beside it, and we're just going to go up in that 3x3 grid. Place a button on each of those. And then on the back side, place a, oh, not there. I want to place a torch on the back of each of those buttons. Like so. There we go. So that's the first part done. The next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to wire up each of these torches. Alright, so now we have our torches in place. It's time to hook them up with our blue circuit. So what we are going to need is blue wool, because it is our blue circuit. You're going to need some redstone and some redstone torches and repeaters, like so. We're going to hook up this bottom middle one first. So we're going to come down beneath it and place a block, place another block, and then go over 5, so it's like that. We can take this block out. We're going to place redstone along like so. And then a block here, and then 2 blocks in like that, and then a block up. So we're going to place a repeater here, and then redstone dust here, and if you like, you can take out that block, not necessary, and then place a torch on top of this one. So that is our first torch hooked up. Sorry guys, one thing I realized is this torch here is going to interact with that, so we're going to take that out and place a repeater there, and that should correct that, just so this string will only receive power from this torch directly. So the next thing we're going to want to do is we're going to want to come over in this 3 grid. We're going to want to go 9 long. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And that will be room for each of our torches, or each of our buttons. And then we're going to go along the back side here and place one more up with redstone torches on top of all of those. So now we're going to hook up our second button. Alright, so now we're going to hook up our second button. So that's going to be this one here. In order to do that, we're going to place a block here, another block beside it. I'm going to place a repeater here, and then redstone dust here, repeater here, and then redstone dust going into the torch. And that is our second button hooked up. Alright, so the third button we're going to hook up is going to be this one here. So in order to do that, we're going to place a block in front of this torch, one down there, and then a repeater here, and dust there and there. And that is our third button hooked up. The fourth button we are going to hook up is going to be this one in the bottom right hand corner here, and this one's very simple. Just place a repeater on the block in front of it, and then another repeater going into the torch, like so. And that is the fourth button. Okay, so the fifth button we're going to hook up is going to be the one in the dead center here. So to do that, we're going to place a bit of redstone on the block in front of this torch, with a block above it, and then a block there with a repeater on it. And that is the fifth button. And the sixth button we are going to hook up is going to be this one on the bottom left hand corner. In order to do that, we're just going to place a repeater and then a repeater. And that is that. Simple. Okay, so the next button we're going to hook up is going to be the one on the top left here, and we're just going to imitate what we did on the other side. So we're going to place a block in front of this, and then a block down, put a repeater here going into the torch, and then redstone dust here and here. So that is button number 7 all hooked up. Okay, so for button number 8, it's going to be this one here. So we're just going to place a block to the side like this, go 2 blocks out, place a repeater here, and then one here, and then redstone dust just connecting the rest, like so. And that is button up number 8. Alright, so the last one we have to hook up is this top middle one. So to do that, we're going to place a block above it, and then we're going to go over 2, and we're going to place a block on top of that redstone there. Come down another block like so, and then down to here. So we're going to place a repeater on this block, which would be the second one in, just so it doesn't interact with that torch. And then redstone dust all the way down to here, and then place a repeater going into the torch like so. And that is all the buttons hooked up, and that is the end of the blue circuit. Alright, so we're going to move on to the purple circuit now. So, going to pull out some purple wool. You're going to also need a bunch of redstone repeaters and a bunch of redstone torches. So we're going to go down a block in front of these torches like so. And we're going to come out and up. Take that one out. And come right across. And then down again. Come across like this. I love laying wool. Okay, and then we're gonna go back up and across. This is where it starts to get a little bit bulky, and I will explain something here when I'm finished laying the wool. Oh, it's starting to get dark. We don't want that. No dark. Yeah, so we're down again. And then up. Oh. What we're actually putting in now is called a decoder. And it's gonna kind of have like a little bit of memory to it, and it's gonna remember our combination. So we're going back up. How many is that? Okay, so we went down till there's 4 little divots and then 4 little rises. If you want more than 4 digits in your combination lock, you just keep going on. So have a down row and then an up row for each amount of digits that you want in your combination lock. For the purpose of this, tutorial, we only have 4. So we only have 4 rows down and 4 rows up. So now grab our repeaters, and then in each of these down rows we're going to want to place a string of repeaters like so, and like so, and like so, and like so, maybe. I hate, you don't want any delay on any of these repeaters. And then put torches on the top, like this. So where it goes down, you have repeaters, and where it goes up, you have torches. Like so. And now, what we're going to want to do is, we're going to want to figure out what our combination is. So I'm going to grab a sign, just so I can write it down. I'll put the sign over here, I guess. And I want and you can use digits in between 1 and 9, of course. So I want my combination to be 5, 4, 8, 1. So that's going to be the combination. So I just go around to the side here, and then I figure out what button corresponds with that digit. So if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc., I'm going to hit 5 because that's what I want my first one to be. So that'll be this very middle. And then we're going to see which line of torches lights up. And as we can see, it is this row here. Oh crap, I forget already. Yeah, so this row here. So on the first row, take out that torch. And then for the second one is 4, which is this digit here. That's this row. So on the second row, take out that torch. And then 8, which is this bottom one. That's the very first row. So on the third row, take out the first torch. Like so, and then 1, which is this one, is the third row. So on the last row, take out that torch. And that is the combination set. And now we will get into the next circuit. Alright, so for the next circuit, that's going to be my reset circuit. So I'm going to get some red wool, red for reset, makes sense, right? And then some redstone dust. And then just along the top where you put each of these torches, put a block on top. And come all the way down to the end. Do the same over here. And then just keep going down above the whole purple circuit right to the end. And this will give us a reset line. Oh, one too far there. And then redstone dust across the top. If I can click. And there as well. Like so. Alright, so continuing on with our red circuit, we're actually going to come beneath our little thing here. And then we're going to want to figure out where the missing torch is. So on this one, it's the 5th one in. So we're going to count in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, put a block, take that block out. And then we're going to come down one more, and then extend this all the way one past the end, like so. And then in this row, it is the one that's second from last. So we'll go down 2, delete that one, actually go down 3, and then across like that all the way to the end, one past the end, sorry. And then in this row, it is the very last one. So we'll go there, come down 3, take out that one, and then extend that one past the end like so. And then in this one, it is the one that's third from the end. So we will place a block there, come down 3, take that one out, and then extend these out like so. And then they're all the same length, so we're going to want to place redstone dust leading all the way across like so into a repeater there. So you can put repeaters at the end and then redstone dust across the top. If I can reach, hopefully. Yay. And then there, one here, all the way to the end. And then here, all the way to the end. Look at that, we're coming along nicely. Not done yet, so let's tag along, shall we? Alright, so the last touch for our red circuit is you just want these repeaters going into a block. Oh, no, not delay. This is going to be difficult. Shift click, maybe. Okay, we'll do it this way. So yeah, you just want these coming into a block like this. And then we will move on into our green circuit. Alright, so for our green circuit, we are going to need, look at our green wool, lime green. We're going to need some redstone, some repeaters, and a few torches. So, oh, it's getting dark again. Jesus. I knew this was going to take a while. Okay, so coming down one from the block that this repeater is sitting on, we're going to go down one more, and then out one. And then do that the same for, oh, I could have done that. For each of the lines. Like so. And then place redstone dust on the top of each of these. And then coming down from each of those, I'm going to go down one and then out 2. Take that block out. So. Like so. And then on the first block coming out, you want to place a repeater. There. There. One there. And one there. And then redstone dust on the front. There, there, there. Oh, I think I said delay. No delay. I think one thing you do want to keep in mind with these repeaters, just make sure they're facing back towards the one side of your unit, away from where this redstone dust is sitting. So it would be, yeah, I guess just the opposite of the way this repeater is sitting. You want this one facing the other way. So now we'll get on to... Alright, so now we're going to make some what I like to call Z's and L's. As you can see, I'm at the back side of the structure here, so coming down from this block, we're going to go out 2, and then over 1, and then out 1 more, and then up 1. Take that and that out, and then we're going to come down, then out 1, over 1, and then out 2, 3. I'm going to go out 3. And then up 1. And then make another Z shape, so down, out, out 1, over 1, out 1, and then up 1, like so. And then the last L is down 1, over 1, or out 1, over 1, and then out 3 more, and then up 1, like so. And then for this one, we're just going to place a repeater here, and then redstone dust, and then a repeater going into the block, repeater going into each of these blocks actually, and then we're going to need a redstone dust here and here, a repeater here, and then redstone dust here, and then a repeater here, redstone dust across, and then redstone dust, how did we do the other one? Repeater here, and then redstone dust here and here. To a more tedious bit. Sorry guys, I just realized I made another mistake. So on these L shapes, at the end of the L shapes, take those out. Come out another block like so. Place repeaters on each of those. That's gonna go the wrong way. Dang it. I must say, I have never built anything so frustrating. Alright, and then those not delay. You want those going into blocks like so. And then torches on top of these blocks. Oh, not in front, on top. So the ones that are L-shaped now, like the second and the last one, are going to stick out one more than the other two. And that's what we want. So we'll go with that. And that is it for that. Okay, so to finish off our green circuit, we're going to want to come out 3 on the shorter ones, and then 2 on the longer ones, just so they're all in line. And then place torches on the front of each of those, and then redstone dust connecting each of the torches like so. And like that, and there. And then place blocks on the inside of each of the torches like that. One there, and then torches in between each of these lines, if I can get in there. One there, one there, one there, and oh yeah, and then one more thing. Whoa, whoa, falling, is you want redstone dust on top of each of these blocks here, like so. And that's it for the green circuit. Sorry guys, I just realized I forgot one thing. You're going to want a torch on that one as well. So you're going to have torches kind of running up the wrong side, or the in-between side of each of those. Now that is it for the green circuit. Alright, so now we're going to crack on with our brown circuit. So we're going to come along to the far side of our unit here, come underneath, then we're going to go down 1, down 2, then over 3, and then up 2, like so. And then in this middle part here, we're going to go down 2, then over 2, and then up 2. Like, if I can get in there, like that. And then in this one, we're going to come down 2, then over 3. How many was that? 3, yeah. And then up 2. So. And then we're going to get out a redstone dust and place redstone here, here, and here. Then get out our repeaters and place 2 repeaters here, like so. 1 there, 2 there. Oh, facing that way. Why is that one not on? There we go. And then place redstone dust on top of each of those, up 1 block, like so. And then to stop these ones from interacting, you just place a block there, and that should stop them. And then a piece of redstone dust right there. And that should be it for the brown circuit. Now we'll move on to the pink circuit. So for the pink circuit, you're going to want to place a block there, and then one on either side of it, like that. Then you could take that one out, and then one there, and one, oh, not there, here, like so. And then each of these are going to have repeaters on them facing outwards, like that. And then you're going to want to go up a block, like that. And then place redstone dust on each of these. And then on top of these repeaters, you're going to want to place, oh, no, delay, block on top. And then another block like so. Oh, I don't like flying. Okay. Like that. And oh boy, no delay, like that. There we go. And then that is the first part of our pink circuit done. Alright, so just want to place a bit of redstone on top of each of these, like so. And then we're going to want to come up to the top where our reset lines are. I'm going to come out 2, and then out 3, then out 2, and out 3, and then place a block underneath each of these, and then delete those top ones, like so, and like so, and like so. So you're going to have 2, 3, 2, 3, like that. After you've finished that, you're going to want to get some half slabs out, so I'll just grab stone. Before we go any further, just place torches on each of these blocks like this. And then on the tips of each of these at the top, you're going to want to come down 1 and 1 to the right, and then you can delete that block. Place a half slab there, and then do the same here. So at the tip, go down 1 and to the right, and then place a half slab there. Just continue this process, so down 1 to the right with a half slab, and then down 1 to the right with a half slab, like so. And then you can put a repeater here, and then redstone dust here, and then another repeater. Doesn't look like I placed that slab in the right spot. No, it did not. Slabs have to go on top. So go there, and then you can place a repeater here, and then redstone dust here, and then a repeater there. A repeater here, redstone dust here and here, then a repeater, repeater, redstone dust, repeater, like so. And then at the ends of each of these repeaters, you're going to want them going into a, no delay, man. Ugh. You're going to want them going into a block like that. Whoa. And one there, like so. Okay, so coming down from each of these blocks that the repeaters are going into, we're going to want to come down 3 blocks. Glitchy block. Delete this one. And delete that one. And that one. And that one. And then place redstone dust on each of these. And then a torch underneath the repeater, like so. Oh boy. There we go. And then on the top of these, place 2 half slabs like that. Like so. So the next thing we're going to want to do is just make sure all of these are the even length. So where they're one shorter, just add a half slab like that. And then you're going to want to place redstone dust and then repeater. And then on these shorter ones, just place a repeater at the end. Longer one is redstone dust and repeater, and then repeater on the end. And these are all going to be going into blocks, so you can just shift click to place it above the redstone like that, which should activate the redstone. Oh, it's getting dark. It's getting dark. The darkness is coming. Let's just place like that. And yeah. Alright, just to finish off our pink circuit, what we're going to do is place torches on the back side of each of these, like so. Floating redstone, love that stuff. Like that. And that should finish off our pink circuit. Alright, so the last circuit that we're going to do is the green circuit, the dark green circuit, which is going to be our output. So we're going to come off this one block that's at the very end like that. We're going to come off 4 like so. I'm going to place a repeater beside this bit of redstone and then redstone dust there and there. And then you can bring this to wherever you would like it to go. We'll just come down this way a little bit. And then we'll start coming up in a staircase. To about here. About there. And then on this block here, I'm going to place an iron door. Doesn't have to be an iron door, it could be whatever redstone mechanism you'd like it to be. And then I'll place a block beside it with redstone dust coming back. And that should do it. So if we go back up to our keypad here and put in our code 5481, the door will open. So that is it for this tutorial. I guess if you want to reset it, you just have to hit any button and the door will close. So that is it for this tutorial. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments. Otherwise, if you enjoyed watching this video, please leave a like. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome videos. That is all from me. Have a good day and goodbye.